Good quality sleep means you're getting rest that is both continuous and revitalizing. It's not just about the number of hours you spend sleeping, but also about how well you sleep during that time. In this video, we will learn about the sleep habits most people make, and how these habits are slowly poisoning you, as warned by Dr. Barbara O'Neill. Have you ever wondered what happens in your brain while you sleep? There's a small gland at the base of your brain called the pineal gland, which has a big job. It is a part of your endocrine system, and each night, it releases 4 important hormones that help you sleep well. In winter, this happens between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. In summer, it's between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. This timing depends on your circadian rhythm, which is your body's internal clock that reacts to light and dark. As stated by Dr. Barbara, light signals from your eyes travel to a part of your brain that controls this clock, telling the pineal gland when to release these hormones. So, what are these hormones and what do they do? These hormones help control different functions in your body. For instance, melatonin, often known as the sleep hormone, is produced from serotonin, which helps lift your mood through an enzymatic reaction and helps regulate sleep and wake cycles. It's also involved in other important processes like regulating menstrual cycles and protecting your brain from diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Another important hormone is arginine vasopressin, which helps you get into deep sleep and is a natural painkiller. If you're in pain and go to bed early, this hormone can help ease it.
I'm going to show you what happens when you sleep. And there's a tiny little gland in the base of the brain called the pineal gland. And the pineal gland releases 4 hormones every night. And in the winter, they're released between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. But we've got summertime at the moment, so it's between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. So what are these hormones and how come they're only released in that time? It's to do with the circadian rhythm. You've heard of the circadian rhythm?
But here's the important thing. If your body doesn't get rid of the waste from this hormone, it might not work as well the next night. Exercise can help clear out this waste, so staying active during the day is good. The pineal gland regulates your sleep-wake cycle by adjusting melatonin levels according to light and dark. If you're struggling with sleep or feeling tired despite resting, examining how your daily habits and light exposure impact your pineal gland's function might be helpful.
What are these hormones? One is serotonin, that's your mood hormone. And if the children have a late night, what are they like in the morning? They're not happy chappies, and neither are the parents. Melatonin is called the fix and rejuvenate nighttime hormone. Melatonin is the one that's responsible for the increase in healing, rest, rejuvenation in those hours. Another hormone is arginine vasopressin. And arginine vasopressin is a hormone that puts us into a deep sleep.
As we discussed, the pineal gland mainly releases melatonin, a hormone that helps control when we feel sleepy and wake up. Sleep also influences other hormones, even though the pineal gland does not make them. For instance, growth hormone, which helps with growth and repair, is released during deep sleep. Additionally, cortisol, which helps manage stress, is affected by our sleep patterns, though the pineal gland does not produce it. Prolactin, another important hormone, is also influenced by sleep and helps with various body functions. So while melatonin is the main hormone from the pineal gland that affects sleep based on the light-dark cycle, other hormones are also impacted by how well we sleep. It's like a tiny clock that helps align your body's sleep patterns with the day-night cycle. When it's dark, the pineal gland releases melatonin to help you sleep. When it's light, melatonin levels drop, making you feel awake. That's why melatonin is also called the hormone of darkness. Let's talk about the significance of sleep. It is a huge part of your daily life. You spend about a third of your time sleeping. Getting good quality sleep is just as essential as eating and drinking water. Without enough sleep, your brain can't make new memories, and focusing and reacting quickly is harder. Despite this, quality sleep is important for how your brain cells communicate and overall health, affecting everything from your mood to your immune system. If your sleep patterns are irregular or you are exposed to too much artificial light at night, falling and staying asleep can be tough. To improve your sleep, try sticking to a regular sleep schedule, limit screen time before bed, and create a relaxing sleep environment.
Good sleep is vital for health, affecting everything from the immune system to mood and cognitive function. If the balance of these hormones is off, perhaps due to irregular sleep patterns or too much artificial light at night, it can make falling asleep and staying asleep more difficult. This can leave you feeling tired, moody, and less focused. To improve sleep quality, try to keep a regular sleep schedule, limit exposure to screens before bed, and make sure your sleep environment is relaxing.
Dr. O'Neill quoted the results of the experiment by Dr. Matthew Walker, which he conducted with students, comparing those who got 6 hours of sleep a night with those who got 8 hours. After 3 months, the students who slept 8 hours retained 40% more information than those who only slept 6 hours. While 6 hours might feel okay, it's quite risky. You might not feel awful, but you still miss crucial rest. So, aiming for those 8 hours could make a big difference in how you learn and feel.
Dr. Matthew Walker, they did a lot of experiments, especially on students. They had 20 students. 10 of the students had 6 hours sleep a night. The other students, the other 10, had 8 hours sleep a night. And they all learnt the same things. 3 months later, they tested them, and the ones that had 8 hours sleep a night, I think it was 40% more knowledge they retained compared to the ones having 6 hours sleep a night. A 6 hours sleep a night, you almost feel okay on 6 hours sleep a night.
Further, Dr. Matthew Walker found that after just 10 nights of only 6 hours of sleep, your thinking and physical abilities drop by 50%. The scary part is that you might not even notice how much your performance is slipping. Sleep deprivation leads to more accidents than drinking alcohol. So even if you think you're managing fine, not getting enough sleep can seriously impact your health and safety.
He explains how this is the most dangerous is 6 hours sleep a night. If you have 4 hours sleep, you don't feel very good. But if you have 6 hours, you actually feel okay. Dr. Matthew Walker showed that 10 nights of 6 hours sleep a night, 50% less cognitive performance and 50% less physical performance. And he said the danger is you don't even realize that you're lacking. He also showed that there are more accidents due to sleep deprivation than alcohol.
So, quality sleep is vital for overall health, mood, and safety. Poor sleep can lead to significant issues, such as an increased risk of car accidents, chronic health problems, and difficulty concentrating. If you frequently nap or oversleep on weekends, it may indicate that you need to get adequate rest during the week. Good sleep is essential for bodily recovery, energy replenishment, and maintaining cognitive function. Dr. Walker further emphasizes that while getting 8 hours of sleep is beneficial, the quality of that sleep is equally important. Rather than merely focusing on the duration, ensuring that the sleep you get is refreshing is essential.
Walker points out that quality of sleep is just as important as the amount. Getting 8 hours of sleep is only beneficial if it's uninterrupted and restful. He suggests prioritizing good sleep habits and creating a sleep-friendly environment. By focusing on improving sleep quality, people can boost their cognitive abilities and physical health.
Regarding the quality of sleep, several strategies can improve this. Align your sleep schedule with your body's natural rhythms. Then, manage your exposure to light to help regulate your internal clock. In this matter, Dr. Barbara also suggests ways to enhance and deprive you of good quality sleep. First, keep a water bottle by your bed to sleep better, and sip water regularly to stay hydrated. Being hydrated helps you sleep more soundly. Sleeping for 7 or more hours each night is usually the longest period you go without eating or drinking. Despite this, most people don't wake up feeling dehydrated. That's because while you sleep, Your brain releases a hormone called vasopressin, which helps your body keep water. This is part of how your sleep cycle works. However, dehydration can make it hard to sleep well. If you go to bed without drinking enough fluids, you might wake up with a dry mouth, headaches, muscle cramps, or even increased snoring, disturbing your sleep. Conversely, you might become more disposed to dehydration if you don't sleep well or long enough. Experts believe that when sleep is disrupted, it interferes with vasopressin, causing your body to lose more water. Chronic lack of sleep can also affect kidney function, making it harder for your body to manage water levels effectively. It's totally okay to go to bed hungry if you've eaten balanced meals throughout the day, but avoid large, heavy meals right before bed. These can disrupt digestion, negatively impact sleep quality, and cause heartburn, making it harder to fall and stay asleep. Moreover, your brain keeps track of oxygen levels while you sleep. If oxygen drops by just a few percent, your brain wakes you enough to restore your breathing. While this helps with oxygen levels, it also disrupts your sleep cycle, preventing deep, restorative rest. Also, ventilation plays a big role in sleep quality. People who slept in well-ventilated rooms with open windows or doors were able to sleep better. They woke up less often, and the room had lower carbon dioxide levels. Similarly, poor air quality can lead to sleep problems and health issues like insomnia, diabetes, heart disease, and mental health issues. Furthermore, clean sheets can also make a big difference. A survey showed that 73% of people slept better on fresh sheets. Finally, sticking to a consistent sleep schedule might be more important than simply getting 8 hours of sleep. Going to bed and waking up simultaneously daily helps regulate your internal clock, making falling and staying asleep easier.
When you exercise through the day, you sleep better at night. Proverb in Ecclesiastes says, the sleep of a laboring man is sweet. In other words, when we are physically moving through the day, we're a lot more likely to sleep at night because our body is exhausted. What also enhances is hydration. We need to be well hydrated when we sleep. You can't hydrate your body just before you go to sleep. You've got to start in the beginning of the day. When you start in the beginning of the day, by the time you go to sleep at night, you've got a well-hydrated body. I don't drink a lot of water before I go to sleep because I don't want my sleep to be interrupted with having to get up to the bathroom. But I would drink probably 3 to 4 glasses before breakfast. It's easy for me. I wake at 5 and eat at 7. And then I would have possibly another 3 glasses between breakfast and lunch. I try and leave a good 5 hours between my meals. And so in the afternoon, I have 2, maybe 3 glasses of water. And that allows me to sleep all night. I know some people that can drink 2 glasses of water before they go to bed and they can sleep all night. So you just have to get to know what works for you. That's why we're the doctor. If it works, do it. If it doesn't work, adjust until it does work. What deprives, of course, is lack of oxygen, which is lack of exercise, and dehydration. But what deprives also is late nights. Well, that's fairly obvious. If a person goes to bed at midnight, their short-term memory unit can be half full, so that the memory can't all fit in. So this is a contributing factor to losing memory. What also enhances is sleeping with an empty stomach. And the way to eat with an empty stomach is to have breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and if you have anything, or you call it supper at night, maybe it's just a cup of tea, cup of herb tea, maybe it's a bowl of soup. I know my sons, they work out after work, so they'll have a protein smoothie at night. So what really deprives is a large meal late. Large, late meal. When we sleep, our stomach wants to sleep too. And if our stomach has just had a big meal, it cannot sleep, because if it sleeps, then the food in the stomach starts to rot, and that can poison the whole system. So that also deprives. What also deprives is technology in the bedroom. Technology in the bedroom interferes with the sleep. 80% of Americans sleep with their phone under their pillow, and the pillow is no protection against these electromagnetic fields. Is this the contributing factor to the headaches we're seeing, the mental illnesses that we're seeing? What also enhances sleep is fresh air. We should be sleeping with lots of fresh air in our bedrooms. And if you complain because it's cold, well, have a hot water bottle on your feet and have a nice big feather doona. Yes, we should be warm. We're warm-blooded creatures, but we need that fresh air. We need to breathe that fresh air. So another one that deprives is bad air in the bedroom. And bad air in the bedroom can be from a moldy pillow. It can be from the bedding hasn't been washed for a while. It can be a few things. No fresh air coming in. Maybe even mold under the bed. You've got to investigate. If people can't sleep, you've got to investigate all of these, because there is always a reason why people can't sleep. What enhances sleep is clean, natural bedding. Natural. Clean and natural bedding. So start looking out for the cotton blankets, the woolen blankets, the feather blankets. If you have a feather quilt, it needs to be out in the sun, maybe once a month. You can wash it once a year. We lose a lot of moisture while we sleep, and that moisture can be taken into those feathers. The feathers can even start to develop mold. So it's important. I love feather. We have our feather quilt on our bed, but I air it often, I sun it often, and I wash it about once a year.
In addition to these factors, another key element to enhancing sleep is maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Consistency reinforces your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, contributing to better quality sleep. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine can also significantly impact sleep quality. Activities such as reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing mindfulness can signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Avoiding stimulating activities and screens before bed helps prevent the disruption of melatonin production, which is crucial for sleep. The sleep environment plays a crucial role as well. Ensuring your bedroom is quiet, dark, and cool can create an ideal sleep setting. Using blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine can help mitigate disturbances that interfere with sleep.
So you can do much to enhance your sleep by implementing these things. Just a few more things, especially on the invention. There's a story of a man who was a pianist, and there was one piece of music he just could not get. He went to bed. When he woke up in the morning, he went straight to his piano and he played it beautifully. God has an appointment with us early in the morning, and we miss that appointment so often because we go to bed too late. We eat too late. We're dehydrated. We haven't exercised. We don't get that adequate sleep. Let me give you the verse. It's Isaiah chapter 50, verse 4, where the Bible says, "The Lord God hath given me the tongue of the learned, that I may know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He wakeneth morning by morning. He wakeneth my ear to hear as the learned." I never use an alarm clock. Did you know we're the only creature that uses an alarm clock? But if you implement all of this, and of course one thing I didn't put, which is important, is just your early nights. If you go to bed in a fresh, clean bed with the windows open, and you've...
Additionally, a comfortable sleep environment is also important for peaceful sleep. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine helps your mind unwind from daily stress, making it easier to fall asleep and improving sleep quality. Mostly, you are trying to fall asleep with soft music, dim light, and a good book in hand. Yet, you're still wide awake. What's keeping you up? It's technology. The light from phones and laptops tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. This blue light stops your body from making melatonin, the sleep hormone that helps you get ready for bed. Teens are especially sensitive to this, making sleeping harder with early school starts and more homework. To get better sleep, try using blue light filters, cut back on screens before bed, and stick to relaxing activities and a consistent sleep routine.
Music in the background, you can't stay awake. I can't. What's keeping them awake is technology. When I discovered that these devices have blue light, not the same as sunlight, but similar, telling us it's dark.
She added, when we wake up in the middle of the night, we often forget our dreams. But if we wake up around 3 or 4 a.m., we usually remember them, because that's when we're in the middle of dreaming. Sadly, many people never fully tap into their mind's potential. A trickster tries to keep us from reaching our full mental potential by distracting us with late-night technology and eating. This trickster keeps people from getting the deep, healing sleep they need, especially those who struggle with insomnia. We can achieve regenerative and healing sleep by sticking to good sleep habits.
Early hours. Have you noticed that if we have a dream, we don't remember it if we wake up at midnight? But if we wake up at 3 or 4, we usually remember it because that's when the dreaming time happens. As you'll see when we look at the mind, the tragedy is most people go through life never fully accessing the full potential of their mind. There's a great deceiver out there. We talked about the deceiver earlier. And what he wants to do is inhibit the part of our brain where God communicates with man. He wants to prevent human beings going to that early morning appointment. And so with great deceptive power, he lures them into the technology at night. He lures them into eating late at night. Remember, it's a deception. So many people don't realize.
The fact is, your sleep went on a nightly adventure with different stages. As you snooze, you first enter a light phase called N1, where your body begins to relax and you might not even realize you're asleep. Next, you move into N2, a stage where your body cools down and your brain shows special patterns. Then comes N3, the deepest sleep, where your body does important repair work and your breathing slows down. Finally, you reach REM sleep, the time when you dream. In REM, your eyes flick, your heart rate and breathing get lively, and your brain is super active. Throughout the night, you cycle through these stages roughly every 90 minutes, helping your body and mind stay healthy and refreshed. To summarize, the duration of sleep isn't the only factor. What's important is having quality sleep that leaves you feeling refreshed, in a good mood, and energetic. Avoid common mistakes that can harm your health, as these can act like a slow poison, gradually and negatively impacting your brain and overall functions. If you liked this video and found it informative and helpful, you must have watched another interesting video on our channel, The Truth About Fats: Food Industry Lies Exposed. Barbara O'Neill. But before you go, click like and hit the subscribe button.